That's right. Steak Friday today, baby. It's May 15th, 2026. And yeah, what day is it? Can you tell? It's on your screen. Yeah. Well. Oh, the morning show continues here, yes. Oh, man. Let me tell you about it. Oh, yeah. President Trump went to China, and China's going, and nothing's going to change because their mentality is this. The Chinese want to control the world. It is in their destiny. They believe it. They will negotiate and then lie. This is their plan. You know, as long as you can control the aspirations of the Chinese, you can compartmentalize them and keep them at bay, is the best for you because they think they are superior. They are the Nazis of the 21st century. That's right. You are inferior. And they will use any avenue to obtain their plan. And that plan would be even using the ones that want the 62 goats. Yeah. Bad. Well, anyway, virgin goats. How many virgin goats are out there? Well, I don't think there's many in the Middle East, but I'm not having any near my house. Shit, howdy. Oh, boy. Yeah, well, anyway, I don't need them to be molested. Yeah. Hey, look, y'all seen the videos. Yeah. Don't give me that crap. And their desire to have virgin goats. Why? Who gives a hoot if they're virgin or not? But they do. What the hell? Yeah. Make you sick. Well, in addition to the president coming home and with, appeasing the Chinese to some degree. The Chinese said they want Taiwan, and the Taiwan says, we don't want to be Chinese, we want to be Taiwanese, because we don't want to go under the thumb of them. And I don't know when they're going to do it or if they're going to do it, but they think they're going to do it with aliens and aliens, AI. Why do you think there's an I in aliens? What? There's an A in aliens too? Why do you think it's called AI? Artificial intelligence? Nah. The only aliens out there is AI. Yeah, and it's illegal. Anyway. Unfortunate, Japan popped off with a 6.7. Yeah, Ofunado. Unfortunate. Yeah, I hope everybody made it through the 6.7. It's 43 kilometers in depth. I'm going to check out the magnitude. And the body weight says it's about 6. Starts with a 6 here. Well, yeah, 6. And then 6.5. I got it as 6.7. I got it. 6.7. I got it. And you know what? They got it right. Yeah, they do. They got it right. And what kind of doohickey was it? Pressure came from the outside. Tension was resisted in the inside. A subductive earthquake for sure. Yeah. Why do I think of that? Because out here's the Pacific. It's going down underneath and it's quaking right there. Oh. I don't think there was a tsunami. We can check it out, right? Tsunami warnings. No tsunami warning opposed to this one, right? They got it as a 6.6. I'm out of coffee. Anyway. I need air conditioning in here. It's hot in here, baby. Hey, Vast, good morning. We missed you. The AI is controlled by the etheric plane. Fallen entities, don't be fooled, and aliens are the fallen. I agree with your assessment to some degree, Vast, and this is how. Just a minute. Gotta turn the air conditioner on. It's hot in here. Uh-oh. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's hot in here. Isn't that something too? I can't do it. I'm recording this stuff. Oh, it's getting hot in here, isn't it? Hot under the collar. Anyway. It's always a pleasure to see you. The reason I said I agree with you in some degree, and it's this. And I risk the chance that they're going to shut us off like they've been doing lately. I'm controversial, but I'm not, too controversial, I don't think. I just lay it out, and that's what it is. Having dealt with demonics and demoniacs in my past, and exorcisms, so to speak, in understanding the place that we are as children of God. You see, fear is not of God. Fear, like Vass said, fear is not of God. All right? So some people will say, well, you're just afraid because aliens come from outer space, blah, 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 blah. No. Aliens do not come from outer space, other than the space between your friggin' ears. Just like all the other deities out there. There's only one deity. It's not saying, I'm the superior deity. No. There's one deity. And he's the only one who can talk to you. He's the only one who can befriend you. He's the only one that wants relationship with you. Not relations, but relationship. He wants you to know who he is. He wants to reveal himself to you. No, he doesn't want to be all perverted and stuff like that. There are so many wackadoodles out in this world. It's really simple. Really simple. If God wanted us to know about friggin' aliens from other planets, he would have put it in the Bible, and he didn't. And why the hell do aliens need to have running lights on their spaceship? Okay, and the nearest damn planet that could host them aliens, unless it's in our solar system, is multi-million light years away. Nothing can travel that way. If you travel 1,000,000 light years away and come back at the same speed, the Earth won't be here no more, or it will be way different. The people you knew won't exist. Because it's 1,000,000 light years one way, 1,000,000 light years, that's 2,000,000 years. Light-wise. You see, just the physics alone dictate that it never can happen. However, our government uses it against other governments. The thought, aliens. What about the space things flying all over the place? And most of that stuff is explainable. Some of it's a little tough, because we don't understand all the physics yet. And cameras. And why do the cameras... Look, you've got, 8K out there right freaking now. Why is there no 8K doohickeys out there, pictures of aliens cutting up cattle? And why do they got to make fancy symbols in the ground? And why do they just want to have sex with you? You know, you can get a little peyote and think something happened to you, when really it was your kin down the street molesting you. All right? So, you have to understand, your brain, you can't trust your brain. You can't trust your sight. You can't trust what you hear. Because it all can be lied to. They can make, you've seen people dancing, like just the other day I was watching YouTube. And I saw two artists, separate artists on separate genres. They were singing together. It was artificially inseminated. I've seen videos where the people didn't actually do it, but there's a video of it. You see, you can't believe what you see. There's going to come a day in your life you're going to have to live not by sight, but by faith. Because faith is the door to the truth. And that truth is about a relationship with God. So when He speaks to you, you move left or you move right. There's going to come a day when the story of the 10 virgins is real. Yeah. Some have oil, some don't. You're going to need it yourself. You're going to need to have a relationship with God yourself. AK is Cirrus is mind control. The suburban messages are overwhelming and the people don't even know, i.e. especially in the games. Oh, I agree with you. There are so much happening in games alone. The aliens are here in the fallen dimensional entities. However you explain it, yeah. Our personal protection is the whole spirit in relation, which is, yes, it is vast. And you know, there's a lot there. It's not in a simpler time, buddy. Aliens are have never been here because there's no such thing. There are entities. And if you want to call them aliens, okay. Not aliens from another planet, or another dimension. We call them dimensions. We define the dimensions. However, demoniacs are real. And they don't have bodies. And the only way they can act is through a body in this dimension, if you want to call it that. And that's why Yeshua taught you how to pray. He taught you how to act. He taught you about the kingdom of spirit. Yep. Yeah. Our spiritual protection, the whole spirit in relation is a nice place to be. Yes, sir. It really is. Without it, we're lost. We who are in Christ are not fearful. Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you the truth. Beyond, I kind of explain over and over and over how you obtain it. Did you know that when Yeshua resurrected because of the promise of the Father, which he believed? You see, our faith is in his faith that God is not a liar and God is true and God raised him from the dead because he promised him, says, if you lay your life down, I'll give it back to you. What? Yeah, they're going to want to kill you. And they're going to succeed. But if you stay true to me and you tell them that this is all for them, you show them that death is not the end for them. And that my love for them is a way out. I'll raise you from the dead. And I'll seat you at the right hand of my majesty. And I'll bring everything bowing to you. What a great promise that Yeshua had and has, because it's fulfilled. Even Stephen, when he was stoned, he looked up into the heavens and he saw Christ sitting at the right hand of majesty. What a glorious sight. Our faith is in the faith of Yeshua, that he believed God and God raised him from the dead. And guess what? He told the disciples after he was gone, hey, tarry here until what? The promise of the Father comes upon you. And then Acts chapter 2 happened, right? Acts chapter 8, You know, others begin to receive the Spirit. Oh. You see, it's always been in the plan. 1 Corinthians 15, you're a new creation. There are bodies celestial and there's bodies terrestrial. So many things. For 1 Corinthians 5 or 2 Corinthians 5. Yeah. You see, the Bible's full. The New Testament's full of the spirituality that Christ came to bring to us. Spirituality, right? Life in the Spirit. Right? You know, the kingdom. Yeah. Nobody can enter the kingdom. They can see it. They can listen to me and believe it, but they need the next step. He who was born of water and what? Yeah. Those who obtained him are given the opportunity to become what? To become. There's requirements. There's a process that has to happen. Yeah. The Spirit descended upon him, and it appeared to John as if it was a dove, and it lighted upon him. It landed, and it peacefully rested and remained with him. You can have that too. But Yeshua said, don't celebrate that demons are afraid of you. Don't celebrate that you can stop the weather. But celebrate that your name is written in the Lamb's Book of Life. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Good stuff, but anyway, I digress for those who only want to know about the report. Yeah. I know. For me, well, it's my way, and somebody doesn't like me doing it. I'll tell you, somebody don't. And I'm going to continue doing what I do. And was it window capture? No. It's not the window capture. It's this one. Display capture. Yeah, it's that one right there. Yeah. You know why I'm going to do it? It's because I can't. The rocks themselves would cry out. Do you understand? Are you a blockhead? Oh boy. Yeah, you can have fun. You don't have to be so wiggy, man. Rocks don't cry out. Yes, they will. Yeah, my brother's home safe. He's a working. Yeah, I'm the original rockhead in Christ. I know, right? Oh my land. Good stuff. And, but anyway, Croatian dude's in the house, Bass Thinker's in the house, Faith is in the house, Voila King. Well, he's no longer in the house, man. He's on a job at his house. But had a wonderful time with Luke while he was here. Susan's in the house, and hey, I saw 134. Yeah, he bailed on us, but it's okay. I forgive him. Who else? Don't do it. It's worth the crown. Put a concrete head. I'm a concrete head, he says. Yeah, you're hard-headed. That's for darn sure, brother. Oh, but this time you brought the heat. I wish you would have brought the rain again. Oh, but anyway, it's good times. Very, 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 very difficult to say goodbye. So he left a letter for me, and a little fun at the same time. What do we have? Yeah, well, we're still got voice. um, oh, anyway. Yeah. Praying for rain for you and protection. Yeah, I appreciate that. The heat dome. You do. It's yeah. I mean, 10 days went pretty quick. No Bud Lights. No, we don't drink tranny beer. Yeah, we're into Bush. They're gonna say no more. Um. Uh. It's an interesting idea, Vast. I just don't think they can control the weather. They can create weather, but I don't think they can control it. But maybe, you know what? Maybe they can, because in the same sense that the soilish do what the soilish do, the spiritual will do what the spiritual does. So maybe you might be right. I think things get out of control for there. Yeah, Timmy likes tranny beer. Yeah, transmission beer, Bud Light. Mm-hmm. Poor kid. You're gonna fry this summer. Well, it's gonna be warm. Let's look at COD here real quick. Yeah, big heat dome. Let's check it out in upper levels. And not so much in the upper levels. You can see that big heat dome moved off the coast. It's in Florida right now. And the upper atmosphere being cleared off as some pretty wicked weather's moving through the Ohio Valley right now. We're looking at the low level. Watch this. Wait, yeah, watch this. Boom. More heat in the southwest and heat as it moves off the east coast. Yeah, there's the big heat dome that Luke and I suffered through. And that some of you got much later. It kind of got stuck over us, I think. But type 12 HARP arrays list, yeah. No, it won't. It won't. I tried that the other day, Luke. Even I couldn't write it in there. Yeah. Yeah. In some wait, we're at 8:30 right now. So put the blank on all those. Pretty crazy. Here, what? Let's look at put it in motion. Yeah. Some cooler temperatures down through Texas. Bad weather coming out of Kansas and Oklahoma and moving in through Illinois and Ohio Valley into the Virginias. As this little bugger here. Although there's some pressure coming out of the Pacific Northwest, let's go ahead and look at what's coming out west. Man, there's more heat. I see more heat out there. This is a low level, lower in the atmosphere. This is where we live. Yeah, I had the list around the world. There are 12 of them. Right on. Yeah, like 12 stars, right? Oh, watch out. Actually, for the Southwest here, I'm more familiar with La Nina and El Nino. El Nino brings an immense amount of rain and snow for California and in the Southwest. Everywhere else gets kind of screwed because they're flipping. But we have big big things happening. And it was predicted. The volcanoes under the ocean, which are over 800 heat, the ocean from underneath, it's not human activity, it's the sun. Yeah, I'm going to explain that here in just a minute. Mediate some heat, yeah. Right. They're supposed to find a hole in the Pacific Ocean somewhere that's been killing fish. There's a prophetic word for that, and I haven't seen it, but I keep watching for it vast. So, our weather starts in space, he says. Yes, it does, sir. Where do you think it originates? Yep, and that transition, we'll just go right into it. You ready for it? Solar wind right now, 627. Proton density is at 4. A couple of C6 flares, not a whole lot. The last of the sunspots are almost gone, but what's behind the sun coming our way is gonna kick it up again. Geomagnetic storm in process. It says a G1. Let's see. Yep, all the way to a 5, right? KP5. Let's see where it is right now, though. Bam, 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 bam. The BZ's in the north, just barely. And solar activity, solar flares. You can see, ding, ding. Nothing really spectacular. Yeah, not a whole lot spectacular-wise. Well, at the current hour at 1500, we're already 30 minutes past that. G1 storms is hitting us, and so irradiating our planet. And could get to a G2, But the big talk for the last 2 months has been the story about El Nino. And let me tell you about something first. A termination event, June 10th of 21, something big may be happening with the sun. We call it the termination event, says Scott McIntosh, a solar physicist. If you've never heard of the terminator event, you're not alone. Many researchers have never heard of it. It's a relatively new idea in solar physics, championed by McIntosh and a colleague Bob Lamont of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. According to these two scientists, vast bands of magnetic drift across the surface of the sun has happened. When oppositely charged bands collide with the equator, they annihilate or terminate. There's no explanation for this magnetism, not antimatter. Nevertheless, the termination event is a big friggin' deal. It kickstarts the next solar cycle into the higher gear. Yeah. Oppositively charged magnetic bands, red and blue, march toward the sun's equator, where they annihilate one another, kickstarting the next solar cycle. If the terminator event happens soon, as we expect, the new solar cycle 25 could have a magnetic magnitude that rivals the top few since recording has happened. Now, I don't think it ever got to that level. This is from June 10th of 21, right? What can I say, McIntosh? We're heretics, he said. The researchers outlined the reasoning in December 20 paper. And if you want to know more, this is good stuff, okay? I'm going to copy this for you. There you go, all right? And I'm going to copy this one for you about the terminator event. If you want to do your research, do it. I'm telling you, you'll understand a little more. Then you can help the rest of us. The researchers outlined the reasoning in the paper that looking back over 270 years of sunspot data, they found that terminator events divide one solar cycle from the next, happening approximately every 11 years. Emphasis on approximately. The interval between terminator ranges from 10 to 15 years, and this is the key predictor in the solar cycle. Now, if you want, you can look at the El Ninos and the La Ninas and see what happens in each of these events. Okay? What? Yeah, because they still have it on record. And you'll see how much the sun really does play in our atmosphere. I've always said it, and I believe it. You know, we found, and the whole thing. And like I did a really good a morning report here a while back. I'll have to find out which one it was, and I'll explain it to you after the break. But the reason we look at the sun, the reason we look at the weather, the reason we look at earthquakes, the reason we look at volcanoes, we look at the tides, we look at everything that's happening in our environment, because it's all a system. And when we get anomalies, that means something out of the norm, then we can say there's more evidence toward the manipulation of either mankind or another outside source. And then researching that, we can try to determine what the hell is going on. Sunspots don't create earthquakes alone. Sunspots are both magnetic, and I'm going to say on both polarities. Some are balanced, and some are too close together, and then they explode and create, flares. And some are so wackadoodled, and they just create big flares. And as they do, plasma breaks off from the sun, whether it's in a filament form or in just free plasma. It's all magnetic. It goes out and comes back toward the sun. And the earth is magnetic. And sometimes the earth interacts with the sun in such a way that it calls the sun for more energy. And why I say that is just an observation. Usually it happens when the sunspot gets to the eastern limb of what's facing the earth. When all of a sudden, boom, an explosion happens, and we get zapped by it. But studying magnetism is super, super important. Whether you follow the idea that the Earth is a wormhole or a toroid or just a ball of iron in the middle or nickel or whatever, nuclear, blasting off, that the heat of the core of the Earth is the same as the heat in the core of the sun, and that you can do things that make it hotter than the sun. Scientists can anyway, maybe not you and I. Maybe we can. But anyway, all of that's interrelated, and that's why we do what we do. And it was a good study. And it is basic, yeah. Is it scientific? Is it a scientific paper where you have to jot down every jot and tittle? No, it's not, but it's an overview. That's kind of what I mean. The energy from the sun waves, aka plasma, hit the inner earth, sun, which affects magnetic fields, which build up and results in the earthquake and tectonic movement. As a result of the Earth's weakening magnetic field, the Earth is expanding, which adds to this process. I'm in concurrence with you. That's what I'm thinking too, buddy. But how do you explain that to people and still learn as we go along? Because look, I'm in kindergarten, man. I'm still learning this stuff. And I'm trying to point out certain things that I've observed and way I'm thinking. Now, I could be thinking, stinking thinking, and it's okay. I could be off. Preschool? Yeah, right. Well, I loved kindergarten so much I kept doing it. I did it twice. Now I'm going to do it again. I don't think I ever graduated. Anyway. Sunspot examples, we found that longer time between terminators, the weaker the next cycle would be, explained Lemon. Conversely, the shorter the time period between terminators, the stronger the solar cycle will be. Example, solar cycle 4 began in terminator in 1786 and ended in termination of 1801, an unprecedented 15 years later. The following cycle 5 was incredibly weak, an amplitude of 82 sunspots. This cycle would become known as the beginning of the Dalton Grand Minimum. Solar cycle 25 is shaping up to be the opposite. Instead of a long interval, it appears to be coming to the heels of a very short one. Only 10 years since the terminator event began out of solar cycle 25. Previous solar cycles with such short intervals have been among the shortest in recorded history. This idea may be controversial, but they've had a virtue that all scientists can appreciate. They are testable. Yeah. The termination event happens soon. If the termination happens soon, solar cycle 25 skyrockets. The heretics may be something. Well, anyway, I've been always heretical. Yeah. The things I say here, for some of y'all, what, Timmy? What? Huh? Or is that Luke? Let me see here. Nope, my buddy. Let's continue. Super El Nino Terminator to blame. In 23, the paper that we just spoke about, the averaging the past 5 solar cycles standard and projecting it toward Lemon and El Nino's following about 5 years after the Terminator. The most recent Terminator happened in December 21, putting the El Nino squarely in 26. This model says nothing about strength of the El Nino. Lemon and his colleagues, Scottish Macintosh, had previously shown that every Terminator since the 1960s coincided with the flip of the El Nino and a La Nina. I remember almost every single one since 1970. Lemon and his said since 1960 that coincided with the flip of El Nino and La Nina. Their work correctly predicted the onset of a triple dip La Nina in the 2020 and revealed an unexpected connection between the sun and the ENSO, or the El Nino Southern Oscillation. No one knows how the sun exerts control over the ENSO. Magnetically, I think. Most researchers favor top-down models. Solar activity alters the top of the Earth's atmosphere and making the changes percolate down on the effects of the weather we experience near Earth's surface, but the actual mechanism is unknown. And this is what we talk about consistently. It's the mechanism. What's going on? This is what we're looking for. Even scientists don't understand it. That's what's so fun about learning this stuff, and it gives us the opportunity to grow, to put out an idea and say, well, it didn't work out. Let me try something else. Put out another idea. Hey, that one pretty close, but if we just tweak it a little bit, it might go. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Or talking about the mechanism. It's the first time I've seen somebody else talk about the mechanisms other than me, because that's what I've been looking for, and that's what God has been showing me. Is the reason I say God, because I'm a dummy. What? Oh my gosh. Looks like he's still home. You still home? I thought you went to work there, buddy. You left early to go to work. Home on early lunch. Oh, okay. Did you get any sleep? So the Fukushima, through the radiation release, damaged the atmosphere, which explains their what? Say it again, bud. The atmospheric management spraying effect. The UV is a high as a result of this. Yeah, and they are affecting the entire Pacific Ocean as a result as well, because they keep pumping shit into the ocean. It's a runaway. Fukushima is still a runaway. And now the Russians have caused a leak on the other one they have over there in, Ukraine, because they broke it. Yeah, stupid shits. However, I have faith in knowing that it's already prophetic word out there that radiation, when it's on the ground, the children will come and pray and Papa will heal the ground. Yeah. So, children, it could mean the children of God, Yeah, we kind of have things like that happen. Yeah. How else do you explain healings? Yeah, the kingdom of God has come, baby. Lemon and McIntosh thought cosmic rays were responsible for galactic cosmic rays vary with the solar cycle, and they influence the ionization of Earth's atmosphere. But later, Lemon himself weighed in against the cosmic rays, noting that timing didn't work. He currently favors correlation of geomagnetic activity. Oh. The search for the sun. El Nino connection is as old as El Nino itself. Sir Gilbert Walker, who discovered the southern oscillation, the SO, the ENSO, in the early 1900s, tried and failed to link it to sunspots. Throughout the 20th century, other researchers likewise struggled to make connection. The terminator, however, is a new concept articulated by McIntosh and Lemon in a series of papers started 10 years ago. It seems to do a good job of predicting solar cycles and may be successful with ENSO as well. Well, anyway, good article, and go check them out. Here's the first one, and here's the 23 one. Here's this article. And when you study these things, of HARP and all that stuff, do yourself a favor. Study what the other scientists are saying too, because you'll understand a hell of a lot more. Yeah, you will. Anyway, KP is at 5. You know that. It's going to be okay. Class M chance is 40%. X is at 5. Do we need any more FAs? What's a FA? Well, a FA is 100 meters or more rock that's close to Earth within about 5 million miles. All right? About 19 and a half lunar distances. All right? About 5 million miles. Oh, maybe a little bit more. So we're looking at the 15th of May right now. There's 1, 2, 3 rocks out there. One rock is at 4 million miles away, and the other 2 are 500,000 miles, and one is about 1,000 miles. Okay, so the one that's closest is 84 feet across, and the other one that's closer then is 42 feet across. But the one that's way out there is 93 feet across. These are just 3 rocks that we know of that are in our vicinity right now. They miss a lot of them because they can't see them. They're not reflecting from the sun. If you're looking out into darkness, you don't know it's there unless there's something with it, with that rock that reflects the sun. That, oh, there it is. Many times comes through our planet or right through the atmosphere and goes out the other side. They're like, what the heck was that? They miss a lot. And no, they're not. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Alien spaceships. It slowed down. It slowed down. Yeah, it slowed down. And then it sped up. And then it came apart. Only one part of it did. Like a booster rocket. Gosh. Alien spaceships. You ever heard of the phrase red flag? Anyway, I digress. Let's go ahead and look at what solar wind is telling us. Solar wind right now, yeah, right around 400, not a whole lot. We're expecting a little bit of solar wind though, right? Right up in here. Here's the coronal, yeah. It's going to give us a little solar wind, maybe another day or two, I think. On the 16th or 17th, that's predicted. But you can see how it, oh, look, it went to 500. Look at the dynamic pressure coming up. This is 1.7. This is the stuff that makes earthquakes. What? I opened today with a 6.7. Look what's happening. 1.7 pressure. Take a magnet, put it on your desk or on a table, and take another magnet and push it to it. If the polarities are the same, one will push the other away. If they're opposite, they'll attract. That's what's going on. This is what's showing you. The cosmic rays out of the sun, I call it cosmic, solar rays out of the sun. Right? The solar rays out of the sun push our planet around. And yes, they say our atmosphere is very weak, and our magnetism of our planet is very weak, and all that. You know how fast the Earth is spinning? Why don't you fly off into space then? Something called gravity. Huh? All of it's interrelated. If you study only one thing out there, then that's all you're going to know. You got to open your doors, and you got to look at different things. Last year we had 2 X flares, 2.99 and 3.45. Yeah. Vast says electric mass attraction, strong and weak force. Yeah. No, am I hitting the microphone? Something in my earbuds. I can't prove gravity. Nobody can. It's invisible. But you know what? It's there. We know it's there. Somehow those AI centers are sucking all the water out of the environment, air, and ground. Soon it's going to be a Tank Girl movie, right? 80% of the craft we see are U.S. military. I agree with you. Can't prove granted. Was in 24. Excuse me. All good, bud. I was moving. Yeah. Your ears are good, girl. I can prove magnetism. Yes, you can, brother. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. Magnetism 1.7. Dynamic pressure. Why do I talk about dynamic pressure? Because of this. This is a graphical representation of what the sun's doing to our planet, right? Here's the velocity of the wind, right? The greater the velocity is in a darker red. Watch what happens on the backside of the planet when the sun picks up weather, when it speeds up. It stretches out. And when these L shells, if you heard those, watch. It'll come right back and smack us in the ass. Well, it doesn't have enough time. But anyway, there's a geomagnetic storm that comes this way, and there's one that comes back from the backside too. Yeah. Well, anyway, all that's magnetism, all that's energy, ionosphere, helium and hydrogen ions, and a lot of other stuff that our Earth needs. Do you think, we've been looking for the mystery of creating gold for a long time. Do you think the Earth creates gold, or was it already brought from outer space? You see, I think that all the elements are here, that the Earth is creating it. That's what I think. And it brings it to the surface. We underestimate the effects of X-rays and gamma rays and solar flares initially erupt, really smacking the Earth's core. All elements are consistently being made. I agree with you, dude. That's what I said when I said. Anyway, so looking at the proton density, that's what velocity here. Here's the density down here. The darker blue, more density. And you can see waves coming in. Look, see how much, look at how it buffets us. Just in this little video. And that has no effect upon our planet? You're right. It all comes from the core. I agree with you, bud. So now this is the dynamic pressure. The more red, the more dynamic pressure from outside of our planet to us. See the red? That's outside of our planet, buffeting our planet. So the more pressure, the more our plates, which are floating, are buffeted as well, electromagnetically. That's why lineaments are important. That's why plate edges are important. That's why interplate earthquakes are important. There is a pulling down of plates, and there's also pushing our plates. Why do you think, well, anyway, I'm just going. Why do you think there's a direction? Crystalline structure made of lead. Croatian dude's drinking Bud Light now. I don't think it's made of iron. I think it's plasma, like the sun. Well, I think Vast just said that as well. I think it has nickel and iron and all the other stuff in it. But it's like the Big Bang happening every day. Just a little bang. Anyway, everything's moving on the Earth. Not always moving in the same direction. That's part of the toroid. That's part of all of it. That's part of the way the Pacific Plate's being pulled down because it has weight on one end and being pulled this way. But I also believe in balance. The whole western part of the Pacific Plate has been rocking and rolling for some time now. Yet, this side hasn't. My concern is this side, people will become complacent and won't plan for it. But anyway, I digress. I digress because I digress. If you're looking for Uranus, it's on the other side of the sun now. Mercury we've seen, Uranus is up there. Soon we'll see Jupiter again. Remember how we just zoomed right by Jupiter not too long ago? Yep. And in the night sky, we'll be seeing Mars and Saturn again. Yeah. But it's in the dark, right? Let's keep it in the dark. Anyway, looking at the buoys. Any drunk Chinamen out there? What's drunk Chinamen mean? Well, I'll tell you. When 2021, 22, there is another one out here. I can show you non-reporting stations. I watched a series of events happen, ding, 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 back and forth. And I said, wait, what's going on in the world? Well, China decided to uptick their plan to develop control of all the sea lanes. Ding, 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 ding. And every so often, right here by the Thompson Seamount, we would see a couple of them go off. Ding, ding. And I said, well, what are the Chinese doing? Right? What are the Chinese doing? Then all of a sudden, that stopped. Because it got out that I'm watching them. And then recently, if we open this up, this is pretty the same. But if we looked at the details, well, that one's the same. They changed the way this looks. And making it more difficult to say the certain signature of an earthquake has a look about it when you got a buoy that's bouncing. Right? And, right, maybe I can do that. Yeah. We would see that. Somebody was telling us, what? Look at the square root of something. When we see an earthquake, it's this. Completely separate. And that's what was going on. And that's why I was saying, drunk Chinamen. Why? Because they banged into the damn thing. Trying to control the sea lanes. And also, they didn't want to have somebody know who's listening. Because we were listening all the time. And then why are they up here? Why in the Pacific Northwest? Well, that's because up here is a main station where we control all of our subs. And they want to get over here and try to figure out what the heck. Shortly thereafter, this whole event, one of our boomers smacked into one of those Chinese. They didn't hit the ground. They smacked into it. Took the whole nose off the boomer. Do you remember that story? Yeah. They were in here in the East China Sea. They had to go to Guam, and from Guam they went to San Diego. From San Diego they went all the way around to Norfolk, Virginia. Yeah. Anyway, a lot of stuff, little things like that. Just recently we had a boomer show up right over here. What? Yeah. Yeah, they're playing mahjong, I know, right? They're playing a different game. They do not think like the West. I don't know how many times I got to tell you. The East does not think like you. Your Judeo-Christian thought processes are different. All right? We create a set of laws and then we hire people to rule over us. They are dictated and the laws are passed down. And then the emperor lives a long ways away. So the idea is to work around the laws and get away with what you can. A little bit different mentality. And then you have the fatalists or the death cults like we've had here in the U.S. where, everybody took the drink and killed everybody. Oh, because the aliens coming on that spaceship right there. Yeah. Beat me up, Scotty. Anyway. People fall into so much crap. But anyway, let's go right into volcano news. In the news today, hey, did you watch it? I put it on there last night. Let me see. You know, they're. Make sure we're still audio. Okay, audio's still working. I just never know, man. What was it? Yeah, Kilauea erupted last night. And when it did, it erupted pretty good. Yeah, this is from. Check that out. It was like, first it was just a little piddle, and all of a sudden, boof. And then through the night, this is USGS. Then through the night, you know, the lake keeps getting full, right? Through the night, on through the night. Yeah. And then it died down again. So 47 times it's erupted already. Yeah, and increased events. And right now, this is the live version of it right now as morning arises in Hawaii. So in the volcano news, Santa Guido, Fuego, Popo, Krakatau, Soputon, Tingkungabungapung Paruhu, Mirapi, and Simiru. They didn't even talk about Mayon, which is the next one, and they didn't talk about Kilauea. But today, volcano discovery, May 15th, 2026. Those volcanoes are what's important to them. Anyway. So Mayon still in the Philippines, still popping away. Reventador in Ecuador, well, actually getting down to 14,500 foot. It's 11 and change going to 14 over Reventador. Simiru, that's in the north of Reventador along the volcanic rim. Simiru, 15, stay in Simiru. Simiru is pretty consistent. They ought to name that one Fuego, just like Fuego there in Guatemala. Pretty consistent, you know, always popping off. Kilauea, Mayon, headline as Fuego rains ash. Simiru tallies 53 blasts. Pow. Read more. Yeah. Renewed energy in Kilauea. Now watch everybody's aviation color is orange. Stood out in the daily field with steady eruptions of unrest. Guatemala's Fuego produced frequent explosions with ashfall, while Mayon's lava flows remained kilometers long amid the tremors. Indonesia's Simiru logged more than 50 pops. Most alert levels and activity states are unchanged from the previous day. Yeah, Dacono over there in Halamarhara, ba-ding, ba-ding, ba-ding. Still doing its thing. What? Well, anyway, cracked myself up. Hey, you gotta have fun in life, right, man? Come on. Fuego, popping away, continued eruption happening. The Great Sitkin up there in Alaska, you know, still doing. Eruptions continue, right? Lava flows slowly. Yep. Now, interesting event. The lizard people say that, or those who believe in the lizard people, there's some events going on, things happening, right? But anyway, the lizard people, there's a reason why they want the CO2 levels down and the methane levels up. Well, well, that eruption that happened inside of the Bismarck Sea sucked a shitload of methane out of the sky. And it's like, oh, hey, nobody's talking about that yet. Wait, what? Yeah. CO2 levels rose as methane decreased. Kilauea is erupting away. Dun, 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 dun. Uh-oh. Did you see that? Oh, my land. Oh, boy. I don't know, man. Volcano news. Did you see it? The lizard people were pissed off. Canlo in the Philippines. Still popping away. Little Toby. It's not done. Little Toby out there. Just, yeah. Indonesia volcano activity. Oh, man. Their website's being attacked, so I am not going back to that website again. Okay, let's go to the USGS and say, what's happening? Well, we have an interesting earthquake down in the New Madrid, come out to 2.6, down in Oklahoma City, 2.7, and then way up there in Idaho, 3.8. Really? Yeah. Down in Phoenix, just south of Phoenix, it's called Y, Arizona, 2.5. Yep. And in Nevada, we have a 2.6. And then, of course, over by Cobb, 2.8. How many times? No. You know, if you watch this enough, that it's kind of odd now that the rest of the U.S. is starting to wake up a little bit, observationally. It's always happening, but all of a sudden they're reporting more. We never used to get a whole lot. The chicken leg is on the move. God. Oh, man, if I can only put it together quick like that and make it, Yeah. I wish I had a whole team of people, because what goes off in this brain of mine between my ears is something awfully funny at times. Anyway, out by Guatemala, we have a 4.3. So the Central America is popping with 4.3s. Then we have Alaska zooming down through a 3.0, 2.7, and a 3.2, and a 2.5. So this is still moving. It's still being pushed, right? The bend of the mountains, right? The accretionary stuff into Alaska, which we just learned all this stuff, still happening. Now, out in Atka, 3.2 and a 2.6. But the big earthquake happened northern Japan, 6.7. Now, they had a 7 here. And let's just look at 30 days, okay? There's the big ones. 4.5 and up. This is the area that even Japan has been saying, hey, we're in for a big one, right? Because the way it looks like in 2010. Here's a 6.1 here. Here's a 6.7 here. Bookends of this. This area of the plate that's going underneath. This one here is the 9.1 that took place there, I believe. And let me see. Let me find out. What year was it? 2010? 2011? Search the catalog. Custom. 7. Custom. All right. Custom. Japan. Where's Japan? Right here. Here we go. was right down in here, right? There's the 9-1 right there, right? Here's a 7-3. Here's a 7. Here's a 7-3. Here's a 7-7. Here's a 7. Here's a 7-1. Here's a 7. Here's a 7-1. Here's a 7-3. Here's a 7-9. Here's a 7. Here's a 7. This area rock and rolls. This is 26 years worth. All right? How many do we have? 37 of them. On average, right now, better than one 7.0 or greater in this region. And we just up here, this is the latest one, 7.6. Right? Here's a 7.4 that happened on 4/20 of this year. This is a 7.6 that happened last year, December 8th. Here's an 8.2 that took place in 2003. Here's a 7.4 that took place in 2003. This is the region that right now they're really, really afraid of something huge happening. It seems that this bend is just observation. This bend in the Pacific is on the move. Bigly. That's what I'm after. That's what Japan is even concerned about. That's why they're on alert. So we got this 6.7 that took place. They're still on a freaking alert going, don't look into the blue light. Anyway, down here in Osagawa, Bonin Islands of 4.8 took place. Yeah. Everywhere else went kind of quiet. We got the Bismarck Sea banging away at 5.4. Over here, 4.4. And then the Triple Junction, 6.2. Yeah. 6.2 yesterday. So we have a 6.2 and a 6.1. Or what is 6.7? Draw a straight line. What's going on over here? What do you see over here? We just had an earthquake, a 4.9 right now in Peru. Just off the coast there, we had 4.1. Okay, that took place yesterday. The armpit stinking. We have the Sandwich Islands 4.8, and it's moving north now. It did move this way, and maybe it did. Maybe that pressure moved that direction, but it also moved this direction. Here's a 4.5 to Mid-Atlantic, Southern Mid-Atlantic Ridge. We should see something up here. That is, if the pressure moves there. If we took a line from here to here, we may see something out here. Or Hawaii's already breaking, right? So draw that line, bang, 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 right? And then just a little bit off. So looking for something up in here, north of Hokkaido, right? That liniment is active, which is also the liniment, the Texas liniment that comes through. Right? These are just predictive magnetics, but sometimes, how the sun is interacting with our planet changes the magnetics of what's going on the Earth. They never believed that the ionization of our atmosphere touches the actual dirt. Until a man in Chile started doing a study and found out it does. That the ions do reach the dirt. And if they reach the dirt, then they reach the core. And if they reach the core, then there's an interactive line between the sun and the earth. An umbilical cord, so to speak. A line of communication. Yeah. Beware of Karens. They always want to talk to your manager. Dude, just marry the woman. Oh, my land. Oh, my land. Anyway. I don't know what you're putting out here. Beware of the Karens. Yeah, it's probably copyrighted. Yeah. Don't piss off the lady. That's a dude, right? Oh, it's a lady? Walmart lady. Oh, dude. Yeah, you know, you want to get me in trouble, don't you? Anyway. Yeah. Luke's out there, so I ordered the stuff, Luke. So. Gonna have a good time out here in the show. You know what day it is, don't you? It's Steak Friday, and festivities will begin about 5 o'clock, and we'll have some fun. And yeah. Remember, don't get none on you, and yeah. Yeah, you know.
Woke up this morning feeling kinda tight. Sun is shining, it's a tasty delight. Put my boots on, gotta hit the street. Got one thing on my mind, man, gotta eat. Grab my keys, head out the door. It's Friday night, I can't ignore. Gonna get that meat, thick and bold. Ain't nothing like a steak that's perfectly grilled. Get to the store, it's that time again. Get to the butcher, let the grilling begin. Get to the rancher, can't let it slide, because it's Steak Friday, bitches, let's ride. Cruising down the avenue, feeling real good. Hunger in my belly, wish you understood. Steaks on my mind, sizzling right. Ain't nothing like beef to make my night. Walk into the store, the smell is divine. Meat hanging low, oh Lord, it's prime. Picking out the cuts that make me swoon. Bring on the grill, let's make it noon. Get to the store, bring the flavor alive. Get to the butcher, where the magic thrives. Get to the rancher, can't let it slide, because it's Steak Friday, bitches, let's ride. Sizzling on the grill, hear that crackling sound. Juices dripping down, oh glory bound. Seasoned just right with a pinch of spice. Every single bite feels so nice. Friends gathered round, drinks in the air. With each tasty steak we having a care. Oh, blues tunes playing, music so sweet. Celebrating the day we get to eat. Strong beef on our plates, we can't go wrong. From ribeyes to tenderloins, we got it all. Once we start grilling, we're having a ball. So raise your glass and join the cheer, for steak is our reason, oh my dear. Let the flames roll, let the good times roll. Steak Friday magic filling up our soul. Get to the store, it's that time again. Get to the butcher, let the grilling begin. Get to the rancher, can't let it slide, because it's Steak Friday, bitches, let's ride. So here's to the meat and here's to the feast. Friday's our time, let's savor the least. Wrap up the night with laughter and taste. Steak Friday's here, no time to waste.
No time to waste. Go out and get a steak, everybody. You have a porterhouse and have a ribeye. Have whatever you like. Just eat a steak, baby. Come on now. Yeah. Matt should be paying me. I'm promoting his business. Love y'all. Have a good weekend. Remember, don't get none on you. I'm Joe Slick.